Hey there, it's Dusty Thunder with another Reddit story for you. This one is titled, Am I the Astronaut for Calling the Cops on My Neighbor's Son After He Kept Leaving Notes Outside of Our House? So one of our neighbors, Jordan, age 13, lost his father recently. About a month later, he started leaving random notes on our porch or sticking them on the front door. My husband would read what's written on them, and I've read a couple of them. They were what seemed to be encouraging notes, which really didn't bother me at first, but he kept doing this. My husband thought that since the kid is going through some stuff, and since he does this with the other neighbors as well, then we should let it go. I tried to ignore so much of it on many levels, but I could not take it anymore. Something didn't feel right. I told him to stop. He didn't, and so I called the cops. That was last week while my husband was out of the house. The cops spoke to me, then Jordan and his mom. Although nothing came out of it, Jordan's mom, my husband, and the other neighbors came at me for what I did. My husband started yelling at me saying I was awful and unfeeling for doing this to a grieving kid. I told him how much violated I felt, but he called me a freaking drama queen. I was hurt by this, but just kept basically lashing, saying the kid was doing no harm. Moreover, he said that Jordan's notes were actually helpful in getting him through the day. I told him that Jordan should get into therapy, but he still thought I was wrong. The neighbors started avoiding, while others would drop some hurtful, indirect comments about what I did. Now I'm expected to apologize to Jordan and his mom. But really, should I? Am I the astronaut here? Hold up. Okay, so a 13-year-old kid lost his dad and started leaving encouraging notes to people in the neighborhood as like a way to mourn. That was his way to cope, was to be helpful and to like lift other people up. And you called the cops on him? They were uplifting notes. Yes, this is being a drama queen. Oh my God, how dare you? How dare you say nice things to me in little notes on my front door? Something's not right. That boy is spreading positivity out here. That's just unheard of. Police, help me. This boy's out here spreading positivity. Excuse me, ma'am. Yeah. If you could just describe to me what one of the notes said. Yes, well, today the note said, a smile will help you win this day. Was that it? It just said a smile will help you win this day. That's it? Yes. Isn't that disturbing? No, ma'am, not really. I'm sorry. What exactly are you want me to do with this information? I don't want to tell you how to do your job, and I don't really feel like I should have to. But I believe he needs a stern talking to, and so does his mother. Okay, ma'am. So I just want to make sure I have this straight. This boy who lives right down there left you a note. Just said a smile will help you win this day. And you want me to go give him a stern talking to? I mean, yes. Arrest him if you must. Okay, we'll be following up with you if we have any further questions. How on earth you could turn that into something that you use to victimize yourself is beyond me. How you could use that to victimize yourself and then expect everyone to just react welcoming and be like, yeah, bravo. I'm so glad you spoke up, because if you didn't, then I would. No, everybody's like, what the is wrong with you? This kid is grieving, and to get past this time in life where he lost his father, he is leaving everyone uplifting notes. Do you have any idea like how strong of a will that takes? Do you realize how important for a 13-year-old kid the choice to uplift others to rise himself is? Do you realize that choice is the kind of choice that is the antithesis of what we were just talking about, with kids getting just completely messed up in the head and then becoming up adults and then creating more up kids? This is the opposite. This is a kid who lost his dad and still at 13 had the wherewithal to be like, you know what? I'm going to rise by lifting others. And you called the cops on him. You Wisteria Lane bitch. I feel like the neighbors should band together and start leaving flaming bags of poo on your doorstep. But on the bags themselves, they can write uplifting messages. Of course, you'd have to answer the door quickly to be able to see the message before it burned away and became part of the poo. But the thought remains. Oh, did I not classify this gal yet? Oh, yeah. Question is, am I the astronaut for calling the cops on our neighbor's son after he kept leaving notes outside of our house? Edited title, am I the astronaut for calling the cops on our neighbor's son who just lost his dad and is 13 years old after he kept leaving uplifting notes outside of our house as well as other neighbors' houses? Yep, you sure as shit are, Karen. Unless there's something mean in there, I don't want the note. It just seems unnatural to me that someone who has just experienced this loss would be uplifting and positive. Doesn't it seem wrong to you? You should get into therapy. There's clearly something wrong with you. You should be negative like the rest of us. You know, the shittiest part about all of this is that this 13-year-old kid who chose to rise by lifting others has just been shown the true ugly face of humans in society. This kid who right now was like, I see the best in people and I want to help people. I want to carry on what I feel like my dad would want me to do, and that would be to rise by lifting others. That whole worldview just came crashing down because of one person. And who knows if this kid will completely change his worldview now because he has seen the ugly face of selfish self-victimization. Who knows if now that he's seen what humans are really like, if he's going to be like, you know what, this. I'm going to internalize. I'm going to grieve inside myself. I'm not going to help. I'm not going to rise by lifting others. I'm going to start rising by shoving others down. And maybe that's how these people are made. There are those who rise by lifting others, and there are those who shove other people down to climb on top of them so that they can feel taller. And maybe this is how they're made. And his poor mother, who just lost her husband, now dealing with this shit because her kid left a positive note on somebody's door. Like, Karen. It sucks on so many different levels. It sucks bad.